we're going to be talking about the Ahmaud Arbery updates, as well as we're going to be reacting to Collion Noir. If you aren't aware, is that how you say his name?
I don't know.
You don't know? Aren't you guys supposed to go together?
Yeah, but I don't know how to say his name.
You never said his name?
I say call when
you guys don't talk.
I write it.
Yeah, but when you talk to him, he doesn't be like,
I don't
say
talk.
my name, say my name. No? That's never happened?
Never.
He's never like bust out a Destiny's Child.
Why would he do that? Do you bust out Dancing Queen when we talk about your name? No.
But other people do.
Fair.
Which is really annoying.
Oh yeah, Dancing Queen.
We speak French, so the way we would say it in French would be Collion Noir.
Collion Noir. Collion Noir. Collion Nori. Nori. When you're multilingual, it's rough to sometimes read some things because people think they disregard how things sound in their language.
Yeah.
And they just, I would say his name, Collion Noir.
Okay, and I would just say Collion Noir.
Collion Noir. Collion Noir.
But it doesn't matter. He made an update video, so first we're going to react to that, and then we'll go.
In my original video about the Ahmaud Arbery shooting, I said that Arbery didn't do anything wrong and that he was just out for a jog. A couple of days ago, surveillance footage showing Ahmaud Arbery walking inside a house that was under construction was released onto the interwebs. Since this video's release, I've been hounded by comments telling me to take my video down, that I should have waited for the facts, I'm a race baiter, I look stupid, he broke the law, etc., etc., etc. So, since the release of this video, have my opinion changed? Well, let's find out.
This surveillance video obtained by our Atlanta affiliate WSB will certainly be part of the debate. It was recorded shortly before Arbery was killed and shows a man walking into an open home construction site and looking around. Arbery's family attorneys say they believe this second video obtained by ABC News does show the 25-year-old former football player in that home under construction. But they underline that he wasn't breaking the law and left empty-handed, and they are praying for them. The family says they have no relationship with the McMichaels and would have never wanted what they call a vigilante response.
Okay, before I continue, Preach, have you ever walked into an abandoned home or abandoned building?
Yes, I have.
Why?
When I was a kid, it was a place, like, it was in development. You know what I mean? They were building houses and stuff like that. So it's like 2-3 years it was fields, and then one day there's like a house in construction that pop up. Like I used to go there and play in the fields, and now there's a house. It's just and you're a kid and you're like, whoa! It's like you built that in a week, and then you're just interested in to see. My house was a new construction, so I was like, okay, let me just see. It's crazy. It's just building this. Man can build this in such a little time. So I was like super interested. So yeah, I walked in. Yeah, I was a kid and I walked in. I've been dead, but yeah, that's another story.
Yeah.
So technically, is it trespassing? Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is trespassing.
It is. I get that feeling all the time. Every time like I walk by a building that's under construction and you can just see like emptiness into it, but you can see like the structure of it. Yeah. I always get the desire. And I also watch a lot of YouTube videos where people trespass and they climb up buildings or they go inside and they explore. Yeah. I don't know. It just dawned on me as I was watching this, and everyone's like, he's clearly stealing. I'm like, if you were going to do a burglary, would you choose an empty home?
No, it's already empty. But there's some people that do steal
from empty homes.
From empty homes. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that. I'm not, because I'm already hear you in the comments. Yeah, man, people steal copper and shut the fuck up. That's not what we're talking about. Sometimes you just want to envision where things are gonna be. Right. You go into empty. There's just the skeleton of the house, and you're like, okay, so. Wow, this is gonna be the kitchen. This is gonna be This is a little. This is gonna be the bathroom. Yeah. You want to envision where things are without stealing. So yeah, I've done it.
Yeah, yeah. I remember I used to have this neighbor who had a super nice car in his garage, super nice car, and I remember people would go inside the garage to look at the car. Really? And that always thought would be like, God damn, you walking into that person's
car?
I
wouldn't do that.
I wouldn't do that either.
Because now it's someone's possession.
But people are weird like that.
Yeah, people live there.
Yeah, it's like, your bike is parked here. Yeah. I see people like hovering all over it, staring at it intentionally. Absolutely. It's just interesting how sometimes people invade other people's like personal property or whatever Not necessarily maliciously,
Yeah.
but still stupidly.
But yeah, absolutely. If you have a bike, people sit on your bike all the time. They want to take pictures and selfies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like,
yeah.
don't do that.
And again, this is not
I
to say
understand.
that he was there for something nefarious or he wasn't. This is just like a sidebar. But let's keep going.
Yeah.
At 2:13, the first man appears to run out the front door and down the street. Investigators have not said there is any evidence Arbery burglarized the home. Police reports following the shooting did not know anything stolen on Arbery.
So let's break down what we saw compared to the law. Under Georgia law, a person commits the offense of criminal trespass when he or she knowingly and without authority enters upon the land or premise of another person for an unlawful purpose. Each one of the elements have to be met. Based on the video, what purpose did he walk into the house for, and what was the purpose unlawful? According to the video and the owner of the house, he didn't take anything and he didn't force his way in. He just walked around looking. So, is it possible he went to steal something? Yes. Is it possible he went in to find the magical door of Narnia? Yeah, the same way it's possible that he went in simply because he was curious and wanted to look around an unconstructed home like millions of people do every single day. Hell, when my house was being built, I literally walked in on a couple walking through my unconstructed home. I was slightly taken aback, but I wasn't surprised because that's kind of what people do.
All right, all suited up. Steve and I are gonna go for a nice walk and get some exercise. The sun is out. So yeah, we're gonna go and see how many calories we can burn. And we're gonna go over and check out this new neighborhood. They're building houses. So we're gonna kind of go in and out some of those. And
That's a lot of people in building neighborhoods.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I've seen a lot of people do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
House being built. I'm not even justifying that it's right or wrong. That's not what I'm saying. But that's not.
I've seen people do it all the time.
That is not news to me.
Bro, you can go on YouTube and find videos of people going into houses and abandoned buildings.
That's not
all the time.
That's not news to me. But
Now, I guess the next question becomes, is it reasonable to suspect that that person's committing a crime? And what makes you suspect that? Would it be different based off the person's race? Would it be different based off how you perceive men versus women? Do you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
That's
it
what
would
the
be-
question I would ask.
It would be, yeah, it would definitely.
Do you think it's reasonable to suspect of committing a crime?
I mean, it would be different depending on the perception. It's all dependent on the perception.
Yeah.
Listen, look at my face.
Right. No.
Look at my face. I always look like I'm committing a crime.
Yeah, I feel you.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Like to people, I always look, and sometimes I'm just explaining myself. Why are you being so aggressive? No, I'm
Yeah.
proving my point.
Yeah. No, I get you.
So yeah, people look a different way.
Yes, there's also video of someone going into that house at night that some people think is Arbery. But to my knowledge, that hasn't been confirmed. However, nothing in those videos that we have shows that he went inside to steal something. However, it does show he walked in, looked around, and then left. Maybe he realized there was nothing to steal. Either way, you can't infer intent based on weak, ambiguous circumstantial evidence. So based on the facts we can't say he went in for an unlawful purpose. More evidence may come out, but from what we have, it doesn't show him taking or stealing anything. So the unlawful purpose element isn't met. Now, how about, did he enter upon the land or premise of another person after receiving prior to such entry notice from the owner, rightful occupant, or upon proper identification and authorized representative of the owner or rightful occupant that such entry is forbidden? Long story short, did Arbery have notice that he could not be on that property? Much the same way a lot of concealed carry laws work, if you carry a gun into an establishment that has a no gun policy, you're not considered trespassing until they tell you to leave and you refuse to do so. In the case of Rayburn v. State, the Georgia Supreme Court held that notice must be sufficiently explicit notice that apprises people of exactly what property they are forbidden to enter. Now let's talk citizen's arrest. Under Georgia law, a private person may arrest an offender if the offense is committed in his presence or within his immediate knowledge. If the offense is a felony and the offender is escaping or attempting to escape, a private person may arrest him upon reasonable and probable grounds of suspicion. There are 4 elements in this law that must be satisfied to justify citizen's arrest. First, a private person may arrest an offender if the offense is committed in his presence or within his immediate knowledge. We have limited video of what Arbery was doing inside the house, but that's all we have. So if based on these limited videos of what he did in the house and that wasn't shown him committing a felony, it stands to reason that no one on the outside of the house saw him commit a felony on the inside of the house, especially considering that the owner said nothing was taken. If the cameras inside the house didn't show him committing a felony inside the house, Then you can't say that an offense was committed in their presence or within immediate knowledge when we have video of what happened inside and still can't conclude an offense was committed. The second element of citizen's arrest says a private person may arrest an offender if the offense is a felony. Trespassing in Georgia is a misdemeanor. Burglary is a felony. As I stated before, nothing in the video shows that he committed a trespass or burglary. So the second element isn't met. Keep in mind, you have to meet all of the elements, and we already can't meet 2 of the elements. So there's no point in even discussing the third one, but I will. The third element, the offender is escaping or attempting to escape. Let's say Arbery got spooked by the neighbor who saw him go inside the house and decided to run. If he was committing a felony, then yes, this element would be met because he was leaving the house, and the neighbor would be able to make a citizen's arrest, because if Arbery actually committed a felony and the neighbor saw it or saw Arbery running out of the house with tools or materials, then he could make that citizen's arrest. But as I showed you before, based on the information we have at this moment, there was no felony. Now on to self-defense. Right now, based on the videos we have yet to establish what law Arbery violated. Under Georgia law, if you make a citizen's arrest and you're wrong about that person violating the law you think they violated, then you can be charged with false imprisonment. Ironically, that was one of the first things I learned in law school. Right now, based on all the facts we have before us, not facts in the future, but right now, what law did he break based on the letter of the law? Not what you feel he broke, but what law he broke based on the letter of the law. If you say none, then right now, based on what we have before us, you can't say with any certainty that McMichael was justified in blocking the road and trying to make a citizen's arrest of Arbery while holding a shotgun. At least not based on the information we have now. That could change tomorrow or next week, but right now, you can't say that for a fact. You can feel he was right, but based on the letter of the law, you can't say it's a fact. It's feeling. There's no question that McMichael was the initial confronter, and it wasn't justified by law to confront Arbery. Then by law, he's the initial aggressor. So whenever Arbery encountered him, he had every right to use lethal force to defend his life, because McMichael was holding a gun in his hand while trying to block Arbery's path. So I am saying, based on the evidence at hand that is available to the public, there's enough evidence to charge the McMichaels with something. And that's why the GDI charged them.
I feel like we have nothing insightful to add.
I mean, there's nothing much to add. I would just want to wait for more information. That's pretty much what he's saying. Yeah. Let's wait for more information. That's what we've been saying. It's like, I mean, it's sad what we thought, but yeah.
You know, the unfortunate part about this whole thing, and I think one thing I don't like, is that everyone is always jumping to a conclusion based off of limited evidence, right? First thing came out, everyone's like, all right, this is what happened. Then the second batch came out, now everybody else was like, actually, you guys were wrong. This is what happened. There's no proof to infer that he wasn't jogging. There's no proof to infer that he did something illegal. There's no proof to infer that he did anything. I think the big problem with all this is that we're so polarized and we're so quick to be like, prove the narrative wrong, that we're not being patient. And we're also guilty of this ourselves. So
yeah, when we did the first video, we were like, I'm tired of this shit.
And it's why, you know, we always get comments, people are like, you guys are late. You guys are late to this topic. And the reason we like to be late,
because we like to have all the information.
That's it. Well, that's why we don't like to jump on topics early when they just come out, generally speaking. So with something like this,
we have to wait.
Even the people were like, you see, Abba, he wasn't jogging. How do you know? Maybe he was jogging up to that street and he stopped.
I walked before I jogged. He walked, he saw the house, go into that shit, get out and start walking. Or the inverse,
he was far away from
whatever.
Home. He was far away from home.
It doesn't matter. Maybe he stopped.
That's my whole point.
Yeah.
That's right. A lot of people do jog, take a walk, and then keep jogging afterwards. Yeah. Like, we don't know. And to think that you happen to know is ridiculous. Well, we don't have enough information. So I think with all of what I'm seeing right now, it's hard to comment on this stuff. That being said, what remains to be true and what I'm still believing is that for cases like this to move forward, it shouldn't take public outcry. I don't like the fact that the only reason that this case moved forward was because everyone got on social media and said something about it.
Because we saw the video, not because they saw the video.
Right, and that's what bothers me. And then even some of the behavior of the other lawyers were like, this is what it is. Even though they recused themselves and found themselves to be biased, they also wrote recommendations in favor of the people who shot Arbery. I'm like, so if you're biased, then why are you trying to bias them with your recommendation?
If you recuse yourself, don't put salt in the sauce.
Right. Right.
If you don't want to be in the kitchen, don't play with the pepper.
That's it. So there's still elements to this case that we can 100% say are off and wrong. And that's still an indictment on the judicial system within that area. 100%.
Yep.
But when it comes to the particulars of this case, I don't take back most of what I said. I don't. There's going to be more information. Actually, let me rephrase that. I would have preferred not to comment on it because of the fact that it's limited information. That's what I would have preferred. But on the elements that we can confirm that are, the judicial aspect of it, that I'm not a fan of. But again, we're still operating on limited information, so all this seems like a giant waste of time.
We should have listened to Orsal before.
Yeah.
But we said, yo, let's just wait.
But
should have waited.
This man's a lawyer. He's clearly speaking like one. It's great to watch. So if you guys want to hear a really informed opinion on exact particulars of the law, go listen to him. Honestly, we don't have much to offer you on this topic.
CNN. Call your Noir, nigga.
Stupid. So anyways, let us know what you guys think in the comments below. What do you think about the new updates? Do they change your opinion? And yeah, what do you think about our stance? The idea of like, hey, let's just all wait. Because nobody's right.
The process is going on because they know we're watching. Let them do their job. What? Shout out to Call your Noir. Let us know how to say your name. Sorry about that, bruv.
Yeah.
And second thing, don't forget to subscribe to the Patreon. We have a Patreon going on. Check that out. We also have a podcast, Albert and Preach Podcast. Check it out. Something else?
No, that's pretty much it.